Tonight on News 5 Live, what would a ruling against Portico's environmental clearance mean for the development of Port of Magical Belize? The Narco 11 charged for the landing of a drug plane in 2021 will go to trial in October. Belize is declared malaria-free, and September is designated as Constitution Month. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
Tourism Board, Mars Production presents the biggest show to hit the jewel we call Belize. It's the Belize International Music and Food Festival 2.0. Join us on Saturday, July 29th and Sunday, July 30th at the Malaria-free Stadium. With live performances from Morgan Heritage. The dancehall queen, Spice.
Me and girl in a fight over man.
Along with Skinny Fabulous. Busy Signal.
For them steps on.
Lyrical.
I turn up the fit till it's an over.
Animal.
She want me love. Check on out. Winding up the back.
Jado.
You should have it all. Like on your wine and your body.
Rotimi.
There's a meeting in my head.
Efren Alves.
And presenting Byron Messiah.
Brought to them part by Niche, Digi Wallet, Insurance Corporation of Belize, E-Cash by the Belize Bank, Northern Productions, Wine Smith, Bowen and Bowen, the Belize City Council. Media partners are Love FM, Channel 7, Channel 5, Fiesta Radio, Oye Radio, and Vibes Radio.
It's the Belize International Music and Food Festival 2.0, Saturday, July 29th and Sunday, July 30th at the Marion Jones Stadium.
Belize's favorite Tuesday night entertainment is back. KTV The Remix Season 5 kicks off with the audition show on Tuesday, June 27th at 8 p.m. Tune in to see who will be your next favorite contestant. Then join us on Tuesday, July 4th at 8 p.m. when KTV The Remix goes live from the Bliss Center for the Performing Arts. Come on out and win fabulous prizes and get a chance to compete in our KTV challenges. KTV The Remix Season 5 is gonna be fun, entertaining, and it's only on 5.
This newscast is brought to you by the Belize Bank Limited. Our country, your bank. Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Wednesday, June 21st. I am Sabrina Daly. On June 20th, the Court of Appeal handed down a decision in favor of State Bank Enterprises Limited in respect of a ruling by Justice Lisa Showman. The former Supreme Court judge held that State Bank's challenge to Portico's environmental clearance was filed outside of the prescribed 14-day window. That claim was brought against the government of Belize, including the Attorney General, the National Environmental Appraisal Committee, and the Department of the Environment. Subsequently, Waterloo Investment Holdings Limited, Belize Cruise Development Limited, and Belize Logistics Terminal Limited joined on as interested parties. Waterloo is the parent company of Port of Belize Limited, while the other two companies are affiliated with Portico Enterprises Limited. In the wake of Tuesday's decision, which effectively breathes new life into State Bank's challenge of Portico's environmental clearance, is Waterloo withdrawing from the matter? Viewers would recall that the controlling company was included as an interested party in December 2021, prior to any knowledge of a definitive agreement between Portico and the government of Belize. But what does this all mean for Portico, whose environmental clearance is now the subject of a legal challenge in the High Court? We begin with an interview with attorney Andrew Bennett of the law firm of Morales and Company.
Yesterday, the Court of Appeal heard the appeal brought by State Bank Enterprises Limited. It decided in their favor, it upheld their appeal. And so what this means is that the matter has now been remitted back to the lower court for determination of the issues.
What would the ramifications be in a matter such as this, where perhaps it was argued in the first instance on a technicality that the files were submitted in a tardy manner, but now that they're back before the court and a substantive hearing will be held, what could the possible outcomes be here in respect of your client's position?
Well, we have to remember that the substantive issue is the lawfulness of the environmental clearance and the environmental compliance plan. That becomes a live issue before the court now. And, well, it will be determined by the lower court. In respect of whatever happened in terms of the decision of Justice Schumann, that has been set aside. And so the parties now will have their day in court.
But what bearing, if any, would an adverse decision by the High Court have on Portico's plan to proceed with the development of Port of Magical Belize? That's what we asked Portico's attorney earlier today.
The claim was not brought directly against your client. It was brought against the government of Belize via the Department of Environment and NIAC. But an outcome favorable to State Bank would be damaging to your client, correct?
Well, certainly we would not want for an adverse determination in respect of the lawfulness of the environmental clearance nor the environmental compliance plan. However, well, if it is that it is determined in that way, of course, it has an adverse effect for the project itself.
Is there anything you want to mention to me in respect of what is happening here with this new development, and perhaps how you will proceed in the days to come with respect of this matter? Have you had a chance to sit down with your client to perhaps determine the way forward?
The way forward has already been determined. Remember, everything has been filed. This matter was ready for trial. It was on a technical point that we sought to strike out the claim in its entirety. That was granted, and so in respect of it, nothing has changed in respect of the government of Belize, nor in terms of the interested parties' interest in this. The claimant will present its case. The defendant, which is the Department of Environment and NIAC, and by extension the Attorney General, they will present their case, and of course we will have our chance to make submissions on the substantive issues as the interested party.
The trial of 12 individuals, including 4 police officers, charged in connection with the illegal landing of a drug plane in southern Belize back in November 2021, is set to begin in 4 months. A case management conference recently held with Senior Magistrate Baha Showman concluded with a fixed date for the start of trial. Sergeant George Ferguson, Corporal Elmer Na, Police Constables Delwyn Casimiro and Nelson Middleton, along with several other men, are accused of participating in the landing of an aircraft laden with 25 bales of cocaine on the Southern Highway near Bladen Village. The accused men are represented by attorneys Richard Dickey Bradley and Leroy Banner, while the Crown is represented by attorney Alifa Elrington. Bradley spoke with the media following the case management conference.
The Bladen drug plane, as one television station dubbed it, consists of about 4 or 5 police officers and some 6 civilians. They are charged with several counts involving, according to the allegation, that they assisted in landing an airplane at a place which is not an approved airport. They are strict. Likewise, they are also accused of abetting bringing in cocaine in that plane into the country, I believe. And they are accused of being involved in the matter of conspiring to import cocaine into the beautiful country of Belize. That matter was set for case management. There are just under 500 pages of statements and documents, and the case management was held in front of the Senior Magistrate Baha Showman, and that went on for almost the whole day, and case management was concluded, and now the court has set a date in October for trial. So trial will start with that matter later this year. The court was also able to proceed with an outstanding matter, which is that the allegation against public officer Epifania Nam, who remains on half pay for interdiction so unfairly, her common law husband Elmer and her brother Khalid, and they are charged with being in possession of 120 grams of ammunition, which is the property of the government of Belize Police Department.
In the trial of Corporal Elmer Na, his common-law wife Epifania Kalis, and her sibling Manuel Kalis, who were jointly charged for ammunition offenses, the defense has wrapped up its case. Epifania Kalis is represented by Richard Dickey Bradley, while her brother is represented by attorney Leroy Banner. Na remains unrepresented in the matter. Bradley also spoke on that case with our court reporter.
In the case of Manuel Kalis, the police officer who is represented by my senior colleague, Leroy Banner, perhaps along with Anthony Sylvester, the best trial attorneys in the country, he decided to cover all angles and he called witnesses in order to make the court feel sure that what the accused are saying is in fact so. In the case of Epifania Kalis, there is no way she could know that there was a political vest in the trunk of her vehicle, and worse, that she could know that in the inside jackets and pouches that there were magazines with ammunition. That has not been, in our respectful view, that has not been proven throughout the trial. We had, well, not me, but Leroy Banner was able to get the court, which is the proper procedure, the court subpoenaed a corporal who was a member of the Special Commander Operations Special Team. He was also able to get the court to subpoena, that means the court has sent for you, and if you don't pay the summons, you will be locked up. The court also, I think, sent for, and you know, maybe I should be calling police officers' name because their superiors will want to punish them. But another important police officer also came and testified as to the procedure for signing out police department bullets and firearms and signing them back in.
19-year-old Leslie Young Jr., a resident of Belize City, is on remand at the Belize Central Prison for the attempted murder of Sheldon Thomas. The incident happened several weeks ago when Thomas was shot while hanging out with a friend. Young appeared unrepresented in court earlier today, where he was read 3 charges, including attempted murder, use of deadly means of harm, and dangerous harm. All 3 counts are for indictable offenses. No plea was taken from the accused due to the nature of the offense, and bail was also denied. Thomas remains on pretrial detention until August 21st. On May 12, 2023, police visited Hercelet Moody Street, where they observed Sheldon Thomas suffering from gunshot injuries to the left thigh and lower abdomen. Found in the vicinity were a pair of slippers, along with 2 live rounds of ammunition. Coming up, Belize's no malaria certification follows several years of no detection. Find out the details of these stories when we come back.
I want to, and this is where I'm having the beef. It is without precedent that 2.5 years into a government, that the government should be the subject of a Senate Special Committee inquiry. This is consequential. There have been 2 of these Senate probes before. In 2006, thereabouts, was the first one into irregularities at Social Security.
Okay.
The Prime Minister at the time, Said Musa, had 1 degree of separation because Social Security is an autonomous board. They had a board of directors. They had a CEO who was Narda Garcia, who is now the Prime Minister's CEO. And so he had that 1 degree of separation. He was not directing the activities. They had another one in 2015, 2016 over immigration irregularities in the Barrow administration. Significant immigration fraud was carried out. Dean Barrow had 5 or 6 degrees of separation. because he was not even responsible for that. It happened on his watch, so he was ultimately responsible. But I'm saying that he had 5 or 6 degrees of separation. This Senate probe, it's the Prime Minister's ministry which brought the thing to cabinet. There are 0 degrees of separation. This Senate probe is happening in the Prime Minister's kitchen. It is in his kitchen.
So
this is without precedent. So early into our government.
I went to BL's Facebook and Instagram page and as well their website.
I found on their website information on how they determine electricity rates and how they calculate that. The BL High School Energy Challenge helped me to further my knowledge in these topics.
Shows me their interest in science, but beyond that, it's thinking outside of the box. You know, they're thinking about energy not just in their homes, but for us as a country, as a nation.
I learned a lot about like renewable energy and how where Belize gets its energy from.
I'm really glad that I got a laptop from Venus because I'm taking CIS in 6th form, so I truly need it.
We are very happy that this is the 2nd year we are getting a cash prize from BL because of our students' excellent performance.
I would like to say that BL should continue with giving these competitions because these prizes are needed by many people.
I applaud BL's effort because to see a company give back to the community, especially through our young people, that is something that definitely needs to be applauded, and I look forward to even more of these competitions and to see our kids continue to excel in them.
At the Life Company, we understand that life can be demanding and fast-paced, so we've made it easier for you to contact us. Wherever you may be, and at your own convenience, you can now access our services through our social media platforms. RFNG Life is pleased to introduce our new LifeBot service. Request a quotation, make premium payments, speak to a customer service representative, and more from right where you are in the palm of your hands. Visit our website or Facebook page or WhatsApp us at 671-5143 to try out our new LifeBot service today. RFNG Life Insurance, the Life Company.
HRCU is thrilled to announce the launch of our new online banking services designed to put you in control of your financial future. To take advantage of our new services, you will need to know your updated 16-digit account number. You'll enjoy 24/7 access to your accounts, send and receive payments to other credit unions and banks effortlessly, pay your bills online with ease. Need to make a loan payment? Done from the comfort of your own home. Have your government benefits deposited directly into your account, hassle-free. Applying for a loan? Easy. Apply online with just a few clicks. And don't worry, we'll be here to guide you through the transition every step of the way. Visit hrcubelize.org for more details on our exciting new online banking services. HRCU, making a difference in people's lives.
The San Pedro Tiger Sharks are the 3-time elite basketball champions, and now they're on a mission to win number 4.
They're playing basketball.
All around. Game 2 of the best of 5 series tips off at the Belize Civic Center this Sunday afternoon at 3:30, where your 3-time elite basketball champions, San Pedro Tiger Sharks, led by the dynamic Kyle Stewart, Francis 90 Arana, and Jihad Wright, going up against their nemesis, the Venice Belize Hurricane, led by Victor Evans, Clancy Coupe Lopez, and Chris Fraser, in a showdown where you never ever doubt the heart of a champion.
They all walk like a champion, talk like a champion.
Game 2 of the best of 5 series is going to be an all-out war. Sharks is not backing, and this is a game you don't want to miss. Bring out the entire family this Sunday afternoon, June 25, at the Belize Civic Center, starting at 3:30 p.m. Tiger Sharks versus Hurricane.
Tell them what is Tiger take our shots with the confident win again.
Sponsors: Maya Island Air, Joseph and Taylor, Westrat, Tough Enough Tours, Panda Joyride Boat, and Sandy Points Limited.
Can't step in our place. Yo, we're tough enough.
Today at the Biltmore Plaza Hotel in Belize City, interested parties of the People's Constitution Commission gathered for the public education and consultation launch. The launch of the Constitution Education booklet includes a guide to Belize Constitution, the fundamental rights of the people of Belize, and a brief summary of the Belize Constitution volume. PCC Chair Anthony Chinona says that these tools will play part in the way forward. The expectation is that it will tear down the barrier of having limited knowledge of the Constitution.
We've always been able to arrive at consensus in the decision making. So I believe that we are now at the point to begin to engage the people. And as I said earlier, the voice of the people is the voice of God. Philip Golson reminded us of that. And so I believe that when we start talking to the people, especially the young people, I have great expectations that these zones, because we're going to interface with the Ministry of Education and have access to all that database, when these young people start to wrap their minds around apps, debates, essays, poster competitions, logo competitions, you're going to see the energy released from 62% of our population, 25 years and younger. We have one set of citizen survey questions that will be common across all the zones. The talking points will be common across all the zones. We have to have consistency in the messaging. Otherwise, we'll create some chaos and confusion. So we are going to standardize the messaging, and these zones are going to we're going to train them. SIB, the Statistical Institute of Belize, will train them, and we will onboard them with all the resources. And then they use the culture of their zones.
September was also designated as Constitution Month. But during today's launch, there were several memorandums of understanding signed with various organizations giving access to database from the diaspora, the Ministry of Education, and the Statistical Institute of Belize. PCC Chair Anthony Chinona explains the importance of this inclusion in the process.
The statute mandate that we have instructs that the final report must have taken into consideration people living abroad, the diaspora. And Dr. Carolyn Denetry has developed a masterpiece of data collection and information. By signing this agreement, we not only tap into that database and that knowledge, but it gives us coverage into several areas beyond the United States of America, including Europe, Latin America, South America. It's a tremendous opportunity. We signed on to that. It also gives us the authenticity of tapping into the database for this Statistical Institute of Belize, and also now with the Ministry of Education. The ministry has a database of over 6,000 teachers that have to develop these curricula. So by declaring September the month, Constitution Month, we get to feed into our programs and these activities that then go into the school system. If you look at it, Belize has 100,000 children in the high school, 100,000. If each household has 2, and chances are there's more, might be 3 or 4, and each school has a project to take in this citizen survey, we expect to get 200,000 or 300,000 responses from that initiative. So I can't underscore just how important it is to have signed these memorandum of understanding.
The World Health Organization has declared Belize malaria-free. This means that there are no recorded cases of malaria currently in the country. This is a significant achievement, one that personnel from the Ministry of Health and Wellness intend to keep that way. Today, the Director of Hospital Services and Allied Health, Dr. Jorge Polanco, told News 5 that while our current status is very good, we need to be vigilant because Belize is bordered by other countries and infected people can bring across the disease. Malaria is spread when the Anopheles mosquito feeds on the blood of an infected person and transmits the disease when it bites other people.
This is very significant. It's a milestone in the history of public health because what this means is that the country has been certified by the World Health Organization as being malaria-free, which means that the transmission of malaria is no longer happening as a consequence of we having here infected mosquitoes or infected persons with malaria. What it means is that tourists and Belizeans could travel the country with a significant degree of confidence that they would not be infected with malaria. It means that the transmission, should there be a case, it would not be a local transmission. I say should there be a case because we have neighbors, the possibility for somebody with malaria coming in is there, and somebody could get bitten and the disease could spread. But that would be considered an imported case. So what that means is that we in Belize, we have managed to control our breeding sites in our 6 districts. We have managed to have a significant surveillance system that we were able to detect in a very timely manner and treat malaria cases in the recent years.
Polanco says our no malaria status comes after several years of surveillance and lab monitoring that showed no cases dating back 5 years. Polanco also says that the ministry's surveillance remains ongoing to keep the disease at bay. But the health official hastened to advise that having no malaria cases in the country is not to be confused with dengue cases.
We have not had a malaria case transmitted in Belize. The 1 or 2 cases that we had were persons that came infected, but that was actually, I think, 1 case around 2018. But from December 2018 to now, Belize has been malaria-free. So this is of much importance because it gives that degree of confidence to tourists and even to Belizeans. Of course, this is separate to dengue, right? On dengue, yes, that's a different story. We do have dengue being transmitted in Belize. But with malaria, we have been free and we have been certified. It was a long effort, an effort of many, many months, whereby experts from abroad came and did an assessment of our structures, of our systems in our 6 districts to really have that degree of confidence that when we are saying we don't have malaria, that it really reflects the reality. They examined our laboratory system, they examined the 2 types of surveillance that we have, which is passive surveillance and active surveillance. And the system that they found gives that validity to our numbers, which is 0. How long will we be free? It depends on the effort that we put in maintaining our surveillance system. By this I mean we have a network of microscopists, a network of medical technologists in the laboratories in our 6 districts that have been trained to look for the malaria parasite under the microscope. The community health workers at the local level, at the village level, have been trained on what are the signs of malaria, what to do if they suspect. So what this means is that any suspicion would still be tested, and this is what we call the active surveillance. We have to be on top of this to ensure that any fever case that perhaps could be suspected of malaria is or is not malaria. So we cannot really bring down our guard. The surveillance system has to be up and running.
After the break, Mayor Wagner stands by endorsement request. We'll tell you more on that, but first, here's a weather update with data from the Belize Met Service.
Where is Minister of the Blue Economy and Repairers now that Portico plans to build an artificial peninsula on Belize's coast, just a few miles north of a protected area? Where is Dolores Balderramos, area rep for Gales Point, when thousands of acres of mangroves will be cut down, millions of cubic feet of sediment will be dredged, and an entire artificial peninsula added to Belize? All this when they would not even allow Vulcan Mining to build a single dock. Where is Orlando Habet, Minister of Sustainable Development, when Portico plans to build an entire docking facility for Oasis-class cruise ships in a Manatee corridor? How is that sustainable, Minister?
And now, the hottest match of the evening. Get ready for action! Here they come. Amazing! They're unstoppable, unbeatable. They have them on the ropes. The heat rises to the top. 1, 2, and 3. They're on fire! Chiladas.
Fire up the taste of Belize with the new Chiladas crunchy tortilla taco chips in its hot chili flavor. Fiery habanero brings the heat.
They're on fire! Chiladas.
From Snackers, done right, done here.
Alfred, creo que el 22 va a jugar hoy. ¿Qué piensas? Güey, ¿tú crees? Toma, 24. ¿Qué piensas tú?
En Belize tenemos el rice and beans, el chips and dips, el bolillo de la lotería dominicana. Es difícil explicar, pero esas cosas forman parte de nuestra identidad como beliceños. Mientras muchos de nosotros disfrutábamos del bolillo de vez en cuando, una compañía tenía 100% de derecho a la propiedad. Ahora, no hay nada de malo ser propietario de un negocio. Pero cuando se trata de nuestro bolillo, no puedes informar sobre ventas o ganancias basando tus sentimientos. No puedes adulterar las máquinas cuando te da la gana. No puedes esconder los registros bajo el colchón. No, man. Ahora que el bolillo de la lotería de domingo volverán a ser nuestro, podremos disfrutar y obtener todos sus beneficios. Eso es doble ganancia.
Bye. Boy, long time to try call you.
Meet Alex.
Where they go on, man?
Alex signed up for a Digi1 premium bundle. He's loving it. With his free mobile plan, Alex can talk and surf on the go as much as he wants. Topping up and buying data is a thing of the past. Alex now has DigiTV. He enjoys all his games and his favorite shows, no matter if he's on the go or at home. And Alex also enjoys the fastest, most reliable home internet speeds with his DigiNet service. He is living his best life. Alex bundled. Alex is saving $70 monthly compared to purchasing these services from the other providers. Be like Alex. Sign up for your Digi1 bundle package today. Digi1. One bundle, no hassle, exceptional value.
The San Pedro Tiger Sharks are the 3-time elite basketball champions. And now they're on a mission to win number 4.
They're playing basketball.
All around. Game 2 of the Best of 5 series tips off at the Belize Civic Center this Sunday afternoon at 3:30, where your 3-time elite basketball champions, San Pedro Tiger Sharks, led by the dynamic Kyle Stewart, Francis 90 Arana, and Jihad Wright, going up against their nemesis, the Venice Belize Hurricane, led by Victor Evans, Clancy Coupe Lopez, and Chris Fraser, in a showdown where you never ever doubt the heart of a champion.
They all walk like a champion, talk like a champion.
Game 2 of the Best of 5 series is going to be an all-out war. Sharks is not backing, and this is a game you don't want to miss. Bring out the entire family this Sunday afternoon, June 25, at the Belize Civic Center, starting at 3:30 p.m. Tiger Sharks versus Hurricane.
Tell them what is. Tiger Sharks with a confident win again.
Sponsors: Maya Island Air, Joseph and Taylor, West Drive, Tough Enough Tours, Panda Joyride Boat, and Sandy Points Limited.
I want to, and this is why I'm having the beef. It is without precedent that 2.5 years into a government, that the government should be the subject of a Senate Special Committee inquiry. This is consequential. There have been 2 of these Senate probes before. In 2006, thereabouts, was the first one into irregularities at Social Security.
Okay.
The Prime Minister at the time, Said Musa, had 1 degree of separation because Social Security is an autonomous board. They had a board of directors. They had a CEO who was Narda Garcia, who is now the Prime Minister's CEO. And so he had that 1 degree of separation. He was not directing the activities. They had another one in 2015, 2016 over immigration irregularities in the Barrow administration. Significant immigration fraud was carried out. Dean Barrow had 5 or 6 degrees of separation because he was not even responsible for that. It happened on his watch, so he was ultimately responsible. But I'm saying that he had 5 or 6 degrees of separation. This Senate probe, it's the Prime Minister's ministry which brought the thing to cabinet. There are 0 degrees of separation. This Senate probe is happening in the Prime Minister's kitchen. It is in his kitchen.
So
this is without precedent.
Okay.
So early into our government.
Commissioner of Police Chester Williams has assumed the role of president of the Commission of Chiefs and Directors of Police of Central America, Mexico, the Caribbean, and Colombia. Williams was designated to that post on June 21st during a virtual meeting of the 34th Extraordinary General Assembly of the Commission. The Commission's mandate includes fostering inter-regional and international cooperation with various security organizations and agencies, promoting the exchange of information and expertise, and coordinating efforts to combat transnational crime and enhance the safety of citizens. The event has in attendance 13 of 15 member agencies. Williams was elected president for the 2023 to 2024 term after he had presided over a meeting in May as the interim president following unforeseen change in the commission's leadership. He is the first commissioner from Belize to hold this position. The position now entitles Belize to host the 28th Ordinary General Assembly of the Commission in November of this year. Applications for municipal elections are coming up soon, and Belize City Mayor Bernard Wagner is sticking to his guns. He wants to be endorsed as the PUP mayoral candidate for the city and not go to a convention. As we reported, there are at least 3 persons who have expressed interest in contesting the mayoral candidacy. Several of them are current councillors. This evening, when the media caught up with Mayor Wagner, he remained unwavering in his endorsement position.
I still stand by my position. I certainly stand by my position, though, but there's a process, and you have to comply with the process. I am a law-abiding citizen. I believe in a democratic process, and so if that election process starts, then I have to engage.
Have you spoken with your party in that regard?
We have on several occasions, and I have indicated to them my position in respect to some of the projects that I have that I still really want to shepherd and to have that continuity in terms of those projects.
So I'm sure you're aware that some of the aspirants are coming from your same councillors at this point in time.
Again, open, I can't knock anyone for wanting to aspire. As a matter of fact, I always encourage people to aspire and to dream and seek out what they really want to do in life. But I can't stop that. I give my position, and it will be certainly up to the party to see what direction they want to go.
And so if that endorsement does not come, would it maybe then push you to actually go for that, becoming an area rep and central government sooner than later?
So you look too far ahead, man. I might not even contemplate any of that yet. When that happens and if the party goes a direction, then we take it from there.
On Monday, we reported on the devastating fire that gutted the only building in Belize with shingled walls. The UC family home was reduced to rubble in the wee small hours of Saturday in what police believe was a case of arson. It is described as a cultural and historical loss to the country. Today, all that remains at the location are the burnt debris of what was once a two-story wooden structure. Belize City Mayor Bernard Wagner says that the persons living there were evicted by the court ahead of the fire.
That was unfortunate because actually the court proceedings were just completed on that, and the individuals were told by the court to evict by the end of a certain time period, and the fire occurred. We're still perplexed by it, but at the end of the day now, we have to look at how we could rehabilitate that area as quickly as possible. It is an eyesore for the city. And this is what happens when we have these 2,000 plus abandoned lots in the city. We had a forum last night in which we really zone in and cone in on abandoned lots, because it creates a lot of hazards for people, safety issues, health issues, crime issues. And so we really want to look at how we move forward with the abandon, and we have looked at two approaches that we really want to pursue very swiftly.
Speaking about abandoned properties across the city, Mayor Bernard Wagner also gave the media an update on those derelict vehicles. Several weeks ago, he said that the Belize City Council was embarking on a campaign to remove derelict vehicles parked on the street side. Mayor Wagner says that these vehicles have been tagged, and now it will take a multi-agency approach going forward.
Those have been tagged, and so there's a time period after tagging to have the entire collaboration, because as you know, when we move into those areas, we always require law enforcement with us, we require public health with us, and so it takes a stakeholder approach to really addressing it, but we will address it. You will be seeing, we have to look at how we store those vehicles, so because they become to some measure a liability for the council as well, so we have to look at all those areas.
When we return, what is life like to captain a cruise liner? Find out when we come back.
I want to, and this is why I'm having the beef. It is without precedent that 2.5 years into a government, that the government should be the subject of a Senate Special Committee inquiry. This is consequential. There have been two of these Senate probes before. In 2006, thereabouts, was the first one into irregularities at Social Security.
Okay.
The Prime Minister at the time, Said Musa, had 1 degree of separation because Social Security is an autonomous board. They had a board of directors. They had a CEO who was Narda Garcia, who is now the Prime Minister's CEO. And so he had that 1 degree of separation. He was not directing the activities. They had another one in 2015, 2016 over immigration irregularities in the Barrow administration. Significant immigration fraud was carried out. Dean Barrow had 5 or 6 degrees of separation because he was not even responsible for that. It happened under his watch, so he was ultimately responsible. But I'm saying that he had 5 or 6 degrees of separation. This Senate probe, it's the Prime Minister's ministry which brought the thing to cabinet. There are 0 degrees of separation. This Senate probe is happening in the Prime Minister's kitchen. It is in his kitchen.
So
This is without precedent so early into our government.
Cut the cords. Choose efficiency with Axis Switch technology. Only at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Where is Minister of the Blue Economy and Repairers now that Portico plans to build an artificial peninsula on Belize's coast, just a few miles north of a protected area? Where is Dolores Balderramos, area rep for Dales Point, when thousands of acres of mangroves will be cut down, millions of cubic feet of sediment will be dredged, and an entire artificial peninsula added to Belize? All this when they would not even allow Vulcan Mining to build a single dock. Where is Orlando Habet, Minister of Sustainable Development, when Portico plans to build an entire docking facility for Oasis-class cruise ships in a Manatee corridor? How is that sustainable, Minister?
Hola usuario de eCash, la aplicación eCash está disponible en español. Cambiar el idioma de tu aplicación de eCash de inglés a español es rápido y sencillo. Déjame mostrarte cómo se hace. Primero, abre tu aplicación eCash. Introduce tu PIN. Toca el icono More en la parte inferior de tu pantalla. Selecciona Security. Selecciona Language. Y luego selecciona Spanish. Vuelve a introducir tu PIN y ya está. Tu aplicación de eCash está ahora en español y puedes seguir disfrutando de tu cartera digital eCash. La aplicación eCash de Belize Bank te hace la vida más fácil.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
Every year, World Environment Day is celebrated on June 5, and the Department of the Environment, within the Ministry of Sustainable Development, Climate Change and Disaster Risk Management, joins the nation of Belize and other United Nations member countries in worldwide awareness and action to protect our environment, with this year's theme being to beat plastic pollution. We have seen the effects of climate change, now exacerbated by the effects of plastic pollution, primarily from single-use plastics. The Ministry, through the auspices of the Department of the Environment, has enacted the pollution from plastics regulation in 2020, noting that single-use plastics is of high environmental concern. This regulation sought to curb the environmental impacts associated with single-use plastics and to better promote green alternatives, which resulted in the development of national standards for biodegradable products.
The government of Belize, through the Department of Environment, has been controlling and enforcing these regulations to ensure that we protect Belize from the threats of plastic pollution. In so doing, nationwide market surveillance and product sampling has been conducted. resulting in enforcement actions which includes sale prohibition and confiscation of single-use plastics and styrofoam. The detrimental environmental impacts of single-use plastics are everyone's concern. The government calls upon all businesses, industries, civil societies, NGOs and you, the citizens of Belize, to have civic pride and to help in the fight against plastic pollution and to further contribute to the national efforts in transitioning to a circular economy. Together, we can beat plastic pollution. Happy World Environment Day.
My name is Wilmer De La Rosa from Santa Elena Town. I am currently a student at Cayo, set for employment training. Enrolled in the electrical installation program. In late July 2021, I got a confirmation that I was a successful applicant and would be granted a scholarship from Social Security Board. It was one of the proudest moments for me. I felt very excited to start this new path in my life. So far on my journey as a Social Security Board scholar, my vocational technical scholarship has assisted me in achieving my life goals in so many ways. For one, it has renewed sense of purpose, another chance at professional development, and a start at a new career. This opportunity has paved the way for me to excel in life as an individual and as a member of society. Great things are coming after I graduate from SET. I can promise you that. Applying for a vocational technical scholarship through the Social Security Board is simple and easy. I would advise young people in need to apply. It is possible to create a fulfilling and fruitful life with a Social Security scholarship. Believe in yourself and your abilities and skills. I always say the key is to always keep an open mind and let your determination be your motivation.
"69 academic scholarships have been awarded to high school, sixth form, and undergraduate students across the country as part of Pathlight Belize's annual financial assistance program. This morning at UA's Open Campus Auditorium, students and parents were in attendance for the presentation of those grants. News 5's Isani Cayetano reports.
I feel very happy and excited at the same time because now I have my future set and it's all planned out the way I expected it to be. I feel very thankful, grateful, and happy that they could help me out with my journey.
Students at various levels of academic life were awarded scholarships to pursue further studies at secondary and tertiary institutions in the country. Those grants were made possible through Pathlight Belize, an independent organization that has been providing financial assistance to students since 2009.
We started with 15 students in 2009 and we are going to be starting the new school year 2023-2024 with 234 active scholarship recipients. Well, today we are awarding 69 new scholarship awardees for our program. We gave today 50 high school scholarships.
Among the recipients is Jael Smith. She is the valedictorian for the graduating class of 2023 at Solomon Seventh-day Adventist Primary School. Having completed primary school, she is moving on to Muffles College in Orange Walk.
I am planning to study IT because I want to be a IT specialist when I get older.
Pathlight's complementary programs provide access to quality education, exceptional mentoring, as well as life-changing transformational experiences. These activities are endorsed by the Ministry of Education.
But it's not just the fact that they're getting opportunities to access, it's that Pathlight also gives an additional layer of support that has to do, especially with what we're promoting in our curriculum reform. It has to do with the attitudes and the values, and then also the development of skills, because these kids also get opportunities to do projects together, and that builds their skills, applying the knowledge in the real world. So we are so grateful for the partnership that the Ministry of Education has with Pathlight. We're grateful for all those who support Pathlight financially. But Pathlight has a really great cadre of professionals, educators who have a lot of experience, and they've come together to be able to support our young people in this very, very important way.
Scholarships made available through Pathlight provide access to tuition, uniforms, books, tutoring, as well as transportation. According to Erica Clother-Joseph, the country director for the S+ program, applications are submitted, financial needs are reviewed, and the selection process is carried out to shortlist the candidates.
We went through an interview process and we selected 50 of them. This year we had over 300 applicants, so the selection process was very, very tough for us. But we ended up with 50 students, 15 in Belize City, 15 in Belmopan, and 20 in Orange Walk. Now, when it comes to the tertiary scholarships, those are for our students that are already in the program, so we don't take public applications for those. So the students who are already in the program and they have performed well over their past 4 years in high school, or would have done extremely well in their associate's degree and they want to move ahead, then we assess their performance and we consider giving them a scholarship to move ahead.
Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.
Sunday will be celebrated as International Seafarers Day to recognize the services of people who work aboard ships. The day is organized by the International Maritime Organization, and today personnel from the Belize Port Authority, the Belize Coast Guard, and Imarbe were afforded a chance to step on board one of the 3 vessels that were docked in the Belize City Harbor to get a brief first-hand experience of what it is like to be on a liner. While the cruise team's aim is to provide first-class luxury for tourists, the job also comes with high demands for the seafarers. They must leave their families and friends for weeks or months on end to work before they return to their loved ones. News 5 was on board one of the ships, and Marian Ali filed this report.
The tours began with a short ferry ride from the 4th Street Tourism Village dock to the awaiting vessels. This year, those vessels were the Carnival Vista, Royal Caribbean's Grandeur of the Seas, and the container vessel Uwal Manitoba. Imarbe's Senior Deputy Registrar of Ships, Annette Garel, welcomed the visitors on board the Carnival Vista.
We're here to extend our thanks to the seafarers on board the Carnival Fiesta as we celebrate the International Day of the Seafarer. This is a day that is set aside for us to celebrate these individuals that work on board vessels, not only cruise ships, but all vessels all over the world. And Imarbe, as a maritime administration, we extend our thank you for these individuals that work very hard on board these vessels.
Once the visitors cleared the ship's security system, personnel from Imarbe, the International Merchant Marine Registry of Belize, and the Port Authority welcomed them. The ship's captain, Paola Severini, received a gift from the Belize Port Authority, which is the authority responsible to determine where port's facilities are located. Severini shared with us what drew him to this line of work 20 years ago.
We feel blessed because we have an opportunity to do a very professional and skillful job, and to be at sea. So if you are a person that you love to be at sea, and if you like the sea environment, so to be a seafarer is very, very nice and very beautiful.
At the docking facilities, the port ensures that there is compliance with the port security regulations and the International Ship and Port Facility Security ISPS code. Ports Commissioner Darlene Gaetan explained that the protection of the marine environment is key.
This year, we recognize seafarers for their invaluable contributions to the implementation of the International Convention for the Prevention of Pollution from Ships, MARPOL. Our oceans are worth protecting, and the Belize Port Authority, the designated Port State Control Authority with coastal state functions, ensures the compliance with MARPOL is an integral part of the regular inspection regime. In enforcing MARPOL, our port sale control officers interact with seafarers to ensure the protection of the marine environment from pollution of oil, sewage, garbage, and GHG emissions emanating from ships.
The growing tourism and commercial shipping industries have created employment opportunities for people who, like Severini, want to pursue a career in seafaring. Garel says Belizeans have shown an interest.
Last year we had a job fair and we were delighted to receive a number of applicants that were interested in joining not only Imarbe but the maritime industry as a whole. So far we have recruited 3 new employees to work with Imarbe, but we do look forward to expanding our recruitment process.
But Garel feels that there's a need for Belize to have some support mechanism in place to cater to employment in this field of work.
Belize really needs to implement a system where we would train young people to work on board seagoing ships internationally. The time has come that Belize needs to look at implementing that career drive in young people to seek opportunities outside of Belize, and the seafaring business is a very positive way forward for that.
The team will be boarding the Songo Puma, a cargo ship that will dock at the Big Creek port on Sunday, the actual day of Seafarers. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marian Ali.
Up next, Rotary Club of Belize Sunrise partners with St. John's Anglican Primary School.
Taking its name from the venerable father of the nation, the George Price Highway stretches 77 miles from Belize City to Benque Viejo. Originally built in the 1930s, this cross-country highway system is the artery that links Belize to Central America at the western border with Guatemala. That connection facilitates overland trade, supporting Belize's economic development. Winding its way across the scenic countryside, the George Price Highway from Roaring Creek to Esperanza has been fully reconstructed to meet international standards, with particular emphasis on road safety. A shorter and hassle-free commute is best enjoyed when everyone obeys the traffic laws. To reduce the number and frequency of road traffic accidents, it means that a seatbelt must be worn at all times and the speed limit observed when traveling along the highway. It also means that pedestrians must use sidewalks and crosswalks where available. Buses should only board and discharge passengers at a designated bus stop. Road safety is everyone's responsibility. It begins with you.
Where is Minister of the Blue Economy and Repairs now that Portico plans to build an artificial peninsula on Belize's coast, just a few miles north of a protected area? Where is Dolores Balderramos, area rep for Dales Point, when thousands of acres of mangroves will be cut down, millions of cubic feet of sediment will be dredged, and an entire artificial peninsula added to Belize? All this when they would not even allow Vulcan Mining to build a single dock. Where is Orlando Habet, Minister of Sustainable Development, when Portico plans to build an entire docking facility for Oasis-class cruise ships in a Manatee corridor? How is that sustainable, Minister?
Sign up for Smart Share Plan and save big. Whether you're a small entrepreneur starting up your business, a student on a limited budget, or a family trying to save, this is the plan for you. With unlimited SMS, calls, and data, we help you save. Get up to 5 lines for as low as $30 per line monthly, only with Smart. Sign up today at any Smart showroom or sales manager countrywide. So get your business going, share more memories with friends, and be ready for the day with Smart.
St. John's Primary School is an Anglican institution that has been serving the community for decades. Today, there was an official launch of a veranda that was installed on one of the main buildings on the school compound, giving students access to several classrooms on the second floor of the building. Valued at approximately $90,000, the rebuilding of the veranda was done through assistance from Rotary. News 5's Dwayne Moody reports.
For the past 2 years, Rotary Club of Belize Sunrise has been partnering with St. John's Anglican Primary School in Belize City, upgrading its facilities and ensuring that the students, as well as the faculty and staff, have adequate infrastructure in place to promote health and learning.
Because our club focuses on the south side, we do projects in stints, 3 years or 5 years. I think we've committed to 3 years, so we're here. We're supposed to be at the school for 3 years, so I think this is year 2. And then we focus on sanitation a lot, which are bathrooms, and then of course we focus on infrastructure. This veranda was really bad, so that's why we decided to do this project. I think we spent close to $90,000 on this project. The veranda that was there, we broke it down totally and we put it up back again. So it took us about maybe 5 months. But that was part of our mission, and then we wanted it to look good. After we do all this work, we don't want it to look bad. So then we painted the school, repaired the gutters, we do some fascia board. There's a little bit more repair, but of course, we only can spend what we raise, and our money comes from the community. So when you see us raising money, this is what we do the investment in.
The reconstruction of the veranda on one of the school buildings is something that the institution needed as it carries out the mandate of educating future leaders of the country. General Manager of Anglican Schools, Dr. Jeremy Caetano, says that they are forever grateful for the support.
Right after the Hurricane Lisa, they came and they started this project, which is something that we really needed to happen. And we are happy that it is nice and sturdy and good to go. The Lord has entrusted us with the responsibility of taking care of children, which is big, which is huge. But because He's God, He doesn't leave us there. He sends friends, He sends angels, He sends support for us. And I'm so grateful that Rotary is a friend of St. John's Primary School. They are proving it over and over again.
And while Rotary Club of Belize Sunrise has installed one of the biggest playgrounds at the institution, constructed the boys and girls bathroom, and painted the facilities, Hoseket says that there are other projects they want to complete before the 3-year stint at the school concludes.
Today we meet with the new board. We're still on that committee, and then they will every year we chart our way forward, what we'll do, if we'll work in the school, what will be the projects, how much money we need, and then from there we start working again. So we should have another year here. I know there's a lot of things we wanted to get done. I think that the building over that side, there's a building that's completely not used. We wanted to do an audiovisual room, and so we would have to go in there and see the amount of work, the amount of money it needs for us to refurbish it, and the amount of money we need for equipment. And of course we beg too, so we'll see what happens.
Dwayne Moody for News 5.
This evening, officials from the National Fire Service were summoned to an area behind the Belama Phase 5 community where a huge bush fire was burning uninhibited. The truck could not reach the area, however, because of illegal low-hanging electrical lines. Those makeshift grids have been connected from BEL's main power lines to the homes and pose a hazard, particularly to large vehicles wanting to access the area. The fire was reported earlier this afternoon across the section of the Belize River. Our camera captured officials from the Forestry Department monitoring the fire with the use of a drone. While the fire is huge, it does not pose any immediate threat to the houses. And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5belize.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, good night.